Mathieu Le Capitaine, Aveva Global Alliance Principal. Ram, nice to meet you this week at Aveva World. Can you explain what is your role at Infosys and what is Infosys?
Yes, I can. Matthew, it's a delight to meet you. I know that we've been associated for a long time, but it's always a delight to meet you and the partnership that you have driven. But my name is Ram Kulkarni. I lead engineering services for the Americas for Infosys, and I actually focus on two very, very broad segments. Whereas utilities and chemicals and mining is one, and then the other one is consumer packaged goods and logistics and transport, where we do a lot of work with airports, with logistics companies and consumer packaged goods. And Aveva has been a brand for us, a technology stack that has been outstanding in its contributions. I am here today because it is impossible not to be at Aveva World and not to learn how to use and use technology better for the future of processes and companies, but actually truly for the betterment of the planet. The kind of technologies that I saw Casper talk about and evidenced over the last so many days, 2 days actually, it's just delightful. And we need to figure out how we have a very, very specific target of your technology, how we work, but there is also a target about the kind of technology you're introducing and how we can enable that into the market. So it's a delight to be here.
It's a pleasure also for me, and thank you to be here. We need strong alliances, we need strong partnership. We need you because you're part of the ecosystem and you are part of our success. So for the verticals that you are piloting at Infosys, how do you see the evolution of Aveva portfolio, the evolution of Connect, this new platform that we are bringing to the market? How would you see that converging into your own value prop to your customers?
So the verticals of, let me give you an example, two verticals, mining and utilities. So everybody today is talking about grid modernization, energy transition. I think Casper and Olivier from Schneider talked about it.
Totally
And
true.
mining. Everybody likes to beat up on mining, but if mining didn't exist, we wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
But both of these industries are at the forefront of planetary transformation in terms of sustainability
Okay.
and in terms of grid modernization and decarbonization and bringing electricity into our lives in a bigger way. And if I look at your technology stack, if I look at Connect, I look at Pi, I look at Unified Operations Center, these are the building blocks of decision making, which is extremely agile, data and information driven, allowing for the use of AI and agentic AI in decision making and so from a machine learning and machine operations point of view, it is on way to becoming truly autonomous.
Yeah.
And unless you're truly autonomous, you will not be able to do on the grid side the load balancing that consumers want, thus preventing waste. One of the most important criteria in sustainability is prevention of waste as you transition into EV, electric. And then on the mining side also waste. So eliminating waste on both sides of the stack requires agile decision making, which requires deep connectivity, pervasive use of technology in both modeling and decision making. And I see that the Aveva stack dominates in that. And we are delighted to see that technology.
I can't agree more with you once again. And obviously there is great opportunities coming ahead. And okay, so this is the third day now at Aveva World here in San Francisco, 2025. What are the main things regarding customers, your interactions with them about their problems and how to help them with these challenges?
So I think at our booth at Aveva World, the conversations have dominated around actually two really key areas where customers' journeys are coming together and they're feeling challenged. So we are a global system integrator with deep engineering capabilities in Aveva, and we provide services and solutions. So one is the coming together of IT and OT. That fusion, although natural, is difficult to actually manage from a journey point of view. Right from setting the expectations all the way from realizing that fusion is completely fraught with an enormous amount of question marks, eventualities, and perhaps risks. Pi actually provides that layer where you maximize the opportunity and minimize the risk, because data is one of the most essential areas around which people of various different cultures can have consensus
Yes.
without fighting.
Yes.
Right?
That's true. That's
So
true.
the data layer is where organizational cultures come to a consensus without actually having the politics that gets involved.
Yeah.
So Pi actually allows for that data and that data layer, and the unified naming system and the asset frameworks of Pi actually provide the details at which consensus actually can be built, not just within organization, but with your customers and your vendors. So that's a brilliant area. So the IT OT fusion is something that most of my customers who came to our booth and in our roundtables have asked for. The other area is unified decision making. People want to be able to unify and have a central location from which policy driven, strategy based, information driven decisions are taken.
Okay.
It doesn't mean degrees of freedom for ground level decision making are eliminated. They exist, but they are constrained by certain policies and certain standards. The UOC, Unified Operation Center construct, in principle allows for that. And then there is Connect. Without Connect, the level of sensors in the Infosys parlance we call from sensors to sense. And the UOC is at the sense level, the Pi is at the middle level, and the Connect is at the sensor level. Without that, you're not able to acquire the data from varied systems that we need to be able to monitor and govern as a part of our day-to-day operational challenges. So I think from a point of view of your customers who have come up approach to us, UOC, Pi, ITOT fusion, and then how do I acquire data? So Connect. These have become just stood out for us.
Okay. Okay. No, very good, very interesting. And thinking about how to bring all this data together and making sure that we will generate the collaboration within our customers' organization, but also collaboration across the ecosystem. How companies such as Infosys is capable to make this impact, influence the change, and make sure that people will be collaborating, companies will be collaborating. I'm referring to that element. You know, Caspar said we need to make sure that the ecosystem is sharing data, and we know that sharing data is not something natural because it's private kind of information. So how can you help customers and help us to
So
go through that
I'll give you a charter. The charter for sharing is trust.
Okay.
One of the most important reasons why people don't share is because they don't trust. Now, trust has many dimensions. One is a security dimension. The other is a competitive dimension.
Okay.
So if I don't feel that my environment is secure, if I share data with you, then I will not share. If I feel that intellectual property respect is not there, I may not share. If I feel there are competitive pressures, I may not share, right? So creating a charter of trust is essential. At Infosys, what we do is we work at the enterprise level,
Yes, definitely.
which is the estate, the IT estate. And with Aveva, we have incredible technology which works at the operational technology level. And through Pi, we create that trusted layer
Okay.
in terms of algorithms, analytics, which inform the decision-making layer, right? But along with it comes the kind of security that you also allow us to engage at the various levels within the enterprise from where we are able to acquire data. So as a global systems integrator, we are able to negotiate a conversation on behalf of you, on behalf of your customers, and on other vendors who are a part of the
Definitely.
ecosystem to create a trusted environment of data
Okay.
and of systems and of course, cultures. And that is how we kind of we are able to motivate people to share. When I go to a plant, I need to be able to look at the constituency of a plant before plant is able to start sharing. So yes, I have data connectors, but will they allow me to implement it? Will they allow me to access that data?
Yeah.
So it's a complicated world. but it's not as complicated as we think. If
Okay.
you think about it straightforward, then the responses are also pretty straightforward. So we engender trust back of data, but also because of culture. We are a trusted culture. We believe in people. We train our people trust us. We're one of the best companies in the world to work for, and we trust the planet. We honor it because we are a LEEDs certified. We met the global neutrality standards, carbon neutral net zero standards, many years in advance of the Paris standard. So the planet trusts us, our people trust us, so and we bring that trust culture to our customers.
It is important for us,
Yes, and
obviously,
it's
being part of Schneider Electric Group.
one of the great attractions to the Schneider Aveva brand is that we have the same kind of cultures.
Okay, great, Ram.
Brilliant.
Thank you for these few words together and insights, and looking forward for more time together, more shows and more customers.
I look forward to doing an enormous amount of good business to you, because I think in the end, when we take our cultures and we go out and do great business, that's great success. So
Thanks
look forward to it.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ram.